best of 3 coming up here. ISIS and NaCl in the upper bracket, and the winner of this will go through to the finals, and the loser of this will go through to the lower bracket finals, and versus the winner of Goonsack versus the P Squad. Now, we are planning to have a couple of games here. I've got a co-caster and Mason. Mason, say hi.
Hi all.
So just going to test and make sure that the stream and everything is working, and we'll get in to the draft as soon as the captains are ready. Just waiting on the lobby now.
You're right. Yep, all good.
that I don't know that you're no good. Oh, my false sweet lad, you're the kind of guy that tempts me.
Like we always do at this time. I got to shine.
Welcome to the good life, where niggas are CLD, won't even get pulled over in they new V. The good life, let's go on a living spree. Shit, they say the best things in life are free. The good life, it feel like Atlanta, it feel like LA, it feel like Miami, it feel like NY, summertime shy.
Now throw your hands up in the sky.
So I rode the good, y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood, Ferrari. If she got the goods and she got that ass, I got to look sorry. Yo, it's got to be cause I'm seasoned. Haters give me them salty looks. Lowry's 50 told me go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. The good life.
Now throw your hands up in the sky. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on the TV. I'ma put you down.
The girls who ain't on TV cause they got more ass than the models. The good life, to keep it coming with the bottles. So she feel booze like she bombed out Apollo. The good life, it feel like Houston, it feel like Philly, it feel like DC, it feel like VA or the Bay or yay. Hey, this is the good life. Only tell me what's good. Why I only got a problem when you in the hood?
Welcome to the good life.
Like I'm new in the hood. The only thing I wish
a nigga would. Welcome to the good life.
But I don't think you should.
Welcome to the good life.
50 told me go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. The good life. Yeah.
Now throw your hands up in the sky. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on the TV. I'ma put you down.
Have you ever popped champagne on a plane? While getting some brain with that ass, she said I never seen snakes on a plane. Whether you broke or rich, you gotta get this. Having money's not everything that having it is. I was splurging on trips, but when I get my car back activated, I'm back to Vegas. Cause I always had a passion for flashing. Before I had it, I closed my eyes and imagined the good life.
Better than the life I lived when I thought that I was gonna go crazy. And now my grandmama is the only girl calling me baby. And if you feeling me now, then put your hands up in the sky. Let me hear you say,
Good life. Yeah.
now throw your hands up in the sky. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
Good life. Yeah.
Now throw your hands up in the sky. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
Welcome to the White Pandas Bambooia. Today we bring you new music accompanied by a few words of wisdom from my homie Jay-Z. Get ready to ball so hard because this shit is cray. And if you are feeling famished, I recommend the fish fillet.
Kind of a big deal. Rap 4-3 whole
chill. Necklace chill like children. High on Ritalin. ADD, my chain, pay attention here. Yeah, this my year. Got 'em all in my balls like cheers. When I'm on stage, all the fly girls cheer. Fight Club, cop their chamber of fears. Say that I'm vain, but I don't hear thing. I'm numb to the same like a tongue full of cane. Leave from the stage in abundance of change. Fucking with Wale, you'll never be the same. Let's go get change the rest of your life.
Alright guys, welcome to the ODL 6 game, ISIS versus NaCl. I'm just going to invite my co-casters here to join me in the chat. I've got Symptom, who's an old Dota support player, and Arab King, who you guys may remember from a few of the previous ODLs in the team Sandstorm. So you guys just introduce yourselves. Arab, you go first.
Hey guys, looking forward to this team.
10
Hopefully both
seconds to
teams
go.
bring the best.
Alright, mates.
And I'm Sim.
5 seconds.
Looking forward to seeing what Dunedin meta has to offer here.
Yeah, alright, so that's all the formalities out of the way. Let's just get to shit talking straight up. So Salt, basically, and ISIS have both gone undefeated, theoretically, up in the winners bracket. And we've got a Meepo ban coming out.
I see the teams are taking this game very seriously.
So serious right now.
But seriously, what should we expect from these teams going forward? Do they have any signature heroes? Or
Yeah, UGTFO has quite a few signatures like Clockwork, Marana. Assault, the top team on the Dire, they actually like to go for a hard sort of team fighting build. Usually like to go strong laning presence and then go for that team fight wreck with, like, in all honesty, sometimes they just pick a Tide Hunter and destroy. Whereas the ISIS team, Envy, the Radiant, generally like to go for a bit more fight orientated. We will see what we actually get out of it, but I don't know who. I don't have any favorites in this team, in all honesty. But the Meepo ban, it does seem like it's like a haha, but they actually have a pretty good Meepo player on the team of ISIS.
5 seconds.
Yeah. We'll see. Banning Chen, though. What do you think of that? Has that hero been used at all this league?
This league does not use Chen very often. Usually we see Chen on the losing side, but Chen is quite powerful in the push strategy. Also, Terrorblade and OD, it looks like the Raided team are taking this a bit more serious, and then Salt are basically banning out heroes that they just don't want to face ever. Oh, actually, I know what Salt's doing. Salt's going for a super push strat right now. You ban Meepo and Chen for the Chen can actually counter your push, and Meepo has massive AoE. Pugna allows you to push faster. I've actually seen this strat like literally in one of the games before. It was actually pretty dominating.
5 seconds.
It's pretty brave in a meta that favors long games.
Yeah. Oh, your favorite hero.
Right, spamming Warlock 70% win rate. Gotta keep it going, eh?
It's good hero, balanced. Oh,
He's got a good 1v1 harass early game, and then late game it's all about the cooldowns. If the enemy team keeps pushing and your team doesn't group up, then you can't do shit.
Yeah. Oof, ODL. It's not ODL. OD being banned. Pretty strong ban there. And oh Jesus, Magnus. Behold the horn.
Okay, so Magnus and Pugna are not exactly what I'd call synergistic heroes, but what are we going to see, like a jug or something to actually take advantage of Empower coming out of them?
I think I know what's coming up. It's probably going to be the Juggernaut ban, yeah, instantly, and the Medusa ban. 1 sec, I'm just going to sort out my sound so that you guys are a bit more clear, because you guys are a little bit low on there. It's nothing to do with you guys either.
Dire's ban.
Okay. Mace, could you just give us a quick test arena with the drafts going through?
Yeah, so once again we've banned out more Empower heroes. Ember's gone. There's Omni Knight, he's currently pretty popular. They could still pick up an Abaddon or something, that would probably help slow things down a wee bit.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm looking for an Ember Spirit pickup on the boys Assault because they've actually got an Ember Spirit player. Not to mention that Magnus and Ember Spirit, like, it does sound like it's not a super a push strat, but the hardest way to counter push is with a hero like an Axe or something that just blinks in and goes, oh, fuck you, it actually just ruins your entire team fight. Magnus is actually just so much better at that, plus he's got Empower. So I'm still going with the push strat. Warlock Venge, that's probably one of the most lethal support combos I've seen in a while, other than maybe like a Visage.
Yeah, it's alright. Depends where they put it.
Yeah.
Still trying to work out why they picked Pugner first. It's not like a hero someone's gonna. The band
Ban,
could have had their jug or something.
Wow, that was a
They were that
seriously quick
brave.
pickup disruptor.
Radiant's pick.
Okay. Not bad for disrupting team fights in all honesty, and also good pick-off potential. Pushing. What do you reckon, Moss?
I definitely think Envy is disadvantaged now. They picked the Nyx
10
into the
seconds to
ward,
go.
so they're
Yeah.
definitely going to have team fight, even though that they're relying on Warlock and the
5
CC
seconds.
from Venge.
Volker.
Wow.
Holy
Wizard.
shit. Okay. Ward gonna be a little bit powerful, you think? Maybe.
It depends if they choose to fight under it. I mean, it'll be harder to push into, but you know, the
10
underrated
seconds to
tactic of
go.
running away and re-engaging a little bit further away
Radiant
still works.
These teams.
Disruptor does punish that a wee bit though. Glimpse will
Yeah,
force you to fight in
was
places
such-
you don't want to sometimes, but
Yeah. Just about to say, actually, like Disruptor's a perfect one for the anti-disengaged, and these teams, when you've got an Invoker and Avenge,
10 seconds
basically,
to
I feel
go.
like you always want to keep re-engaging and disengaging because you've got Swap and
5
Invoker.
seconds.
The longer the fight goes on, the more powerful he becomes, just because he can spam more spells. But I give the initiation
Reserve
to
time.
if if Salt lands a Magnus RP, that's just game. Like Warlock has to be outside of that, otherwise, if he catches the Invoker and possibly the core that's coming up in the Venge, they've got nothing to stop the Disruptor just popping the ult, and then what are they going to do? Like, Invoker's fucked, he can't do anything, and Vengeful Spread's just going to die, and Pugner's sitting there with a ward and the nuke spam. I mean, there's huge amounts of magic damage on Salt. There's also huge amounts of damage on Radiant as well, in Isis. Who do you give this to in the laning stage?
wait to see the 5th to see how they're actually going to arrange this. I mean, Radiant's definitely got the slightly more obvious lane set up.
They've also got 3 range, which is something that is kind of a bit of a sort of misread sometimes. But 3 range generally in lane, as long as you actually can control your hero well, you should be able to out harass your opponent. Even with I know you hate poor man shields, but yeah, range generally always wins a lane.
And it's a Lycan ban to slow things down.
Yeah,
And the
anti-push.
PA to go with the Magnus.
Radiant's pick.
So they banned anti-mage and picked PA. Yeah, the PA makes sense with the Magnus and the Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer with Magnus is insane. You can farm really fast, get to that unstoppable ball with PA just being there. But you generally wouldn't ban an anti-mage if you picked a
10
PA,
seconds
because
to
PA is a
go.
hard counter to anti-mage, isn't it? You reckon that?
It might be to
5
stop
seconds.
split push shenanigans later in the game, or
Yeah, that is true. They have been banning out heaps of push heroes.
Reserve time.
so. Where do you think they're going to put the PL and the PA?
I reckon it's going to be PL mid, Magnus off lane, Pugner Disruptor PA. Because Pugner Disruptor,
10 seconds
right click,
to go.
lots of nuke, PA slow, Disruptor being able to just gank and easy pick-offs.
5 seconds.
But then again, it's like, if you're up against like, rigger, little fish. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. If Slark gets caught out, he's fucked. Absolutely just shit on. Disruptor ult plus Pugner, just massive. Like, the area of effect that they have, I feel, the only one that does it is Phantom Assassin, and that's one of Slark's biggest weaknesses, is he's actually really squishy in area of effect. What do you reckon, Moss? Who do you give it
Yeah,
to?
I think the last pick Slack broke them even. We'll just have to see the laning phase if they can make it something work.
Slark, believe it or not, Slark is sort of a counter to Phantom Assassin because he's a natural Silver Edge carrier, and he also can just get the initiation off of Phantom Assassin. However, like, if he goes for straight Silver Edge, it's great stats and everything like that, but it doesn't really help him in
10
the
seconds
late
to
game. I
go.
feel you're gonna need a BKB this game possibly, or you're gonna need to be really fat. One of the two.
That's saying a lot coming from someone that never picks up BKBs, so that'll be interesting to see what he chooses later.
I literally I don't know why. Like, just as a background to the viewers, all 5 of you, yeah, I do play a lot, and I know the benefits of BKB, and I'm like, I should build a BKB, but I never do. I just never end up buying a BKB, but I can always see it when it's somebody else needs to buy a BKB. Your typical carry player here, Amos.
Do you think either team will go for Midas, or it's just going to be team fight oriented?
I'm betting the Warlock's going to get a Midas. Invoker 100% Midas. Unless he gets... No, even if he gets thrashed in lane, I think he still needs to get Midas. Then I can also see the Magnus getting a Midas. Because we played a game with Magnus getting Midas, and geez, that was insane. A little cute Sunstrike coming out here just to see. Only Envision information will give us that Disruptor's still sitting in the pool. But looks like we've got a bit of drawings coming out there from Poison Salt.
Magnus with a poor man's, PA going for a poor man's
Magnus
first
off
as
lane.
well.
PA probably going to be safe, and then PL looks like mid, yeah. Oh, it's like 3 poor mans on... Shit. They really wanting to win their lanes. I don't blame them too, because if they win their lanes, they can basically dictate the team fights.
Early smoke up top.
Oh, nice.
They're
Okay,
going to
so they're
place the water and try to catch the bounty rune.
No. I think they're going to try and catch a bounty rune kill as well. They don't know that UGTFO has snuck up to the top here as the Nyx, and the Nyx hasn't skilled, so he should be okay there. But whoever if the mid laner goes for that ruin and gets killed, this looks like Lawless is actually going to get it. This Invoker's probably going to die here. He's got full exhort, so they just need to slow. And there's a bit of damage, and the PA slow. Easy peasy pick off here. There should be a first blood, unless he can juke it out. Nah, no chance. First blood going to Magnus. Going to make his offlane a hell of a lot easier. And it looks like we've got a pause.
Menopause.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, Pugner dropping his items in middle lane.
That's a little bit bad mannered there. I'll have to have a chat to the team after this, because like, we encourage banter and a bit of shit talking, but that's just a little bit too much. Okay, it looks like Magnus is just going to get stunned and picked up about here. He's probably going to take a lot of damage. He's gone for a Empower. He's not going to die, but might force out a shrine or something like that. Yeah, so PA disrupt to top. Ooh. What was that?
No, don't worry. I was just going to say, this game, when things settle down, it'll definitely be sort of team with better vision will be making the plays this round.
Yeah, wards will be a huge factor, and like something that we don't it's sort of just a given that we understand is that Slack is actually one of the best anti-warding heroes just because of the passive he gets, and Warlock taking a bit of right clicks here. But this Magnus, a Pugner off lane, I think that's probably a better chance just because the Pugner has the anti, you can't go on me basically with Nether Blast. Because if he gets enough levels on it, it's just a massive nuke.
And insane base move speed as well.
Yeah, and
335.
He's got pretty good right click as well. Not damage, but like actual right click animation and range. And Magnus is just a tank with the poor man's. So I think this lane actually is probably going to have a bit more of an advantage for the Salt Dire team. Slack's definitely getting farm, and I think that when Slack gets enough farm, they'll be able to easily pick off someone. If they can.
As for mid lane, if you ever look at PL, he's already suffering.
He is getting the shit beat out of him, but that's kind of what you expect in the first couple of stages, and then once PL gets a couple of levels, you'll see that turn real quick. I'll just jump into the last hits and denies here. Looks like Slack and PL are actually at the top there, dude. So PL is, he's losing health, but he's getting last hits, and he needs to get those. Okay, Phantom Assassin's definitely taking the top here. Easiest lane of her life for Phantom Assassin against the Nyx Assassin. Looks at Warlock rotating, realizing that tri-lane's not going to work. That's a pretty good pickup there, don't you reckon? Like, if your lane's screwed up and you're just not going to win, you might as well just give up and go, let's go to a white lane, another lane, and win, and hopefully bring it back a bit later on.
Oh, I don't think it's that they weren't going to win bottom. I think they had kill potential. It's just
oh, okay. Nice little initiation going on here on Sweet Beans. He's probably not going to die, but that's really clever of the Venge. Yeah, he's gone. Okay, so no, he didn't have a
ward for free gold.
Yeah, easy peasy. But I was just looking at the skewer. So he didn't exactly have the mana for skewer because Slack just kept taking his essence shifts, taking his stats and reducing his mana. But what Venge to do is really important. If you're ever gonna go after Magnus, always get in front of him because he can skewer you back. But if he skewers to escape and he catches you with him, it's very similar to an Earth Spirit trying to roll away. You stop the escape, but he might skewer you under tower or something. So be a bit cautious there. But yeah, just jumping in front, body blocking for the Slack to get the easy pick off. If the Pugner was there, I don't really see that kill happening, just because of the fact that the Pugner could decrepify if he had skilled it or pop the ward a bit earlier.
Yeah, he was off to get the 2-minute rune, wasn't he? And they caught him.
Alright, so
Bit of trouble with the top lane on Dire with the pulls. I think they really need to manage the lane. They're in
Yeah.
danger of getting dove on.
Yeah, I think this is pretty poorly done by Dire, not really controlling the lane here from the PA. Generally, as a carry, you want to just deny as many as you can. Get the creep wave nice and easy up at your tower here, and then just manage it so that it stays there. Reason being, it's just closer to your tower so that help can come in if necessary, and they can't dive you without that. With the PA and the disruptor sitting here, if they had another hero come in, say someone smoked and TP'd like the missing Venge right now, who's not actually showing on the map. Oh, sorry, no, she is showing on the map with the Radiant side, but she's not showing on the map for the die. If she just TP top, she could essentially just get an easy pick off on the Disruptor, and then they could move into bullying the PA out of lane, or forcing all the regen out of it.
Props to UGTFO, he's pretty much won his lane.
Oh yeah, dude, he's a really good offlane player. He's interesting in team fights, dude. I like sometimes in some of the previous games, it's hilarious. He'll like jump into a team fight and you're like, oh no, what's going on? But then he's got like the rest of the team behind him, and he acts as like a giant piece of bait. So if Salt have watched a couple of the games, they might pick up on that. But otherwise, it's really funny watching him go in and just be this massive piece of bait. Okay, so I just talk about the last hits and stuff like that. You can see that the net worth is not really massive difference, maybe a couple bit of difference for the team. Sorry, for the Radiant team, but nothing really super important there. The thing that it is really important to note is UGTFO is on the same scale as the mid, like in terms of last hits. that's a really strong offlane win there. Slark and PA not doing too well in the safe lanes, still doing pretty well, but not as well as like the mids. And then Lawless is essentially going to move towards this ridiculous point where he gets he's level 6 and then he can just bully the Invoker out of lane, and the Invoker's going to have to be spamming spells. Ooh, okay, easy pick off on PA here. She's not probably going to die, but they can essentially force all the regen out, and then they can turn it like this where... oh, there's a Sunstrike coming in. Oh, so close.
He still has a stun.
Oh, and he gets it. Yep.
Well played.
And so this is the problem with the lane. So by not keeping the lane basically back at the tower, they could just do that. If the lane is at the tower, they'd never be able to pull that shit off. Because the PA just run to the tower and Nyx would have to take tower shots. Oh, it looks like we've got a little bit of a PL going on there. He's finally got his bottle now, so I feel like the lane equilibrium will shift a little bit more in PL's favour. Oh, Foku going to pick up a DD rune. Okay, sorry, I lie. That's going to keep him in the lane for quite a bit longer. What items do you reckon we should see on this? Like definitely Silver Edge and Slark. That's like a given. But what do you reckon the other heroes should go?
Hold
like,
up, about to lose the mid.
Oof, sorry, just missed
He
that.
got a bit aggressive. I don't know if he missed the DD animation under all those particles.
The particle
what,
effects.
but,
Yeah. Pay to lose, man. Pay to lose.
He ran in, got cold snapped, and proceeded to die.
Does he not have Juxtapose? I mean, Doppelganger.
He was low mana. He was spamming his silence a bit too much. And I'm not sure if he doppelgangered in to initiate, or if he just didn't have the mana to use it full stop.
Alright. Okay, looks like Disruptor going to get a not really a pick off, but they're going to get like a bit of damage going on the Venge. I don't know if she's going to die. I don't foresee it. Nah, Venge just barely surviving there. Yeah, but like Doppelganger's like a purge, so you really, in the mid lane, you never want to use that until you actually are in like a serious situation. Oh well. I guess just getting a bit over aggressive there. And
The first shrine is just being popped.
oh yeah, just Venge and Foka. Yeah, so just getting back to what items do you see? Ooh. Slark just getting a bit harassed there.
Depends who. I mean, if Dire wants to be sort of your fighty team, it would be quite good to see eggs on PO at some stage.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Oh, a nice leap coming in there on the Magnus, and Magnus, like, yeah, dude, leap actually prevents your escape, and they might get a kill on the Pugny here, but not really. Easy free ward though, but that's an easy pick off. I reckon Midas on Warlock into possibly a mech, just because of the damage there, but like Scepter as well is pretty overpowered. And then the Venge
we'll see. I assume Venge will be position 5, so Warlock might have the chance to make some money. He doesn't exactly farm very well by himself, so unless they get some good kills or he gets some time alone in a lane. He's going to be years off him.
So Magnus just chasing the bench here. Looks like the Dire side popped his shrine there to give the mid a bit more of an advantage. And actually, like, Evoker better be careful here because there's a glimpse up. It's only level 1 though, so a low level disruptor, not really that great.
Yeah, it's the hard thing with Disrupt early game is you've got to decide whether you want more glimpse range or more nuke damage, and even just being able to hold people in place is, yeah, you're always torn between what you want to level.
Yeah, because you can go the full disruptor glimpse, and then you're basically useless unless you want to get like a glimpse target. Otherwise, you're gonna have to go there. I reckon just give him like lane experience for a bit, get him a couple of levels, and then have him roam permanently. But yeah. Looks like UGTFO is absolutely stomping lanes, dude. He's got the highest last hits. He is not currently the highest net worth, and the team is essentially, it is pushing more and more towards the Radiant now. Slowly but surely, it is eventually getting up there. Looks like they're going to try and push on, put some pressure on him.
Yeah, there's Invoker starting to have some trouble versus Spirit Hearts in mid lane.
Yeah. So this is kind of what we were getting at before, yeah. Where Boca definitely going to beat the PL into submission right at the start, but he has to do that.
I know. Nick's got a bit aggressive on PA top lane,
Yeah.
but he might re-engage if he's stupid enough to hang around.
PL, yeah, PA not really respecting the fact that Nick actually has quite a bit of burst. Vendetta can miss though, if he gets Vendetta and just gets really unlucky and misses the PA, that's just unfortunate.
Sunstrike?
I think Invoker has it.
Oh, he cast it, but it wasn't
Yeah.
successful.
He's already used it. Yeah, so PL's level 6 now. This is scary for Invoker basically.
Next is level 6 too, he's just popped his first Vendetta hitting top, so maybe he'll find this Disruptor going for bounty run.
Yeah. Maybe he'll be able to
Or
steal
the
it.
Pugna would be probably...
Pugna would be an instant kill. You just needed a Vendetta and mana burn because the Pugna's massive mana gain. Fucking 4.5 per level. Jeez, that's huge. Oh yeah, find the Pugna and
There you go.
double stun, and the Sunstrike just gonna land, and that's an easy double kill there. And Warlock got that, so yeah, he's got Midas.
Midas queued up, yep.
Yeah, Midas Gaming, boys. Okay, looks like PL just going on an Invoker here, and he's got to be careful because the Magnus doesn't really have much, but oh, and there's the dust just to ensure the kill. Really well played there, I think, from the PA getting the dust. I mean, I'll never do it in my games, and I'll blame everyone else, but definitely a good. You got to do that.
It looks like we're seeing a pre-10-minute 5-man, or is Mag returning?
I don't think it's going to be the 5-man per se, but like, yeah, they're definitely going to go for this tower just because they've got the PL with the PA. Like, that's a strong fight potential, and like, the Magnus does not have RP yet, so I don't see why they're going to be wanting to do this yet, but they're essentially trying to create space, and I think they just were like, oh, we're all here, let's just push anyway. Warlock doesn't have his ult either, so I guess maybe that's one of the factors for it. Okay, Sunstrike just gonna barely miss. Nick's gonna whiff his stun a little bit there.
Standard pub game, 5
Yeah.
mid.
I think that this is actually a pretty... I favor the Radiant more on this side, because they're... Oh, okay, now it's gonna turn and the Invoker's gonna go down. Yeah, so that's a really easy pick off there. Nice disruption play there. A nice Magnus
and
RP catching no one. Standard pub games. But the Radiant team is just getting more and more farm. Slark is actually just moving further and further ahead. Oh, okay, dead PA. Yeah, just got to respect the magic damage. Ward
Radiant
doesn't
team's
stop.
also doing quite a bit better with levels as well.
Yeah.
Dire's falling a bit behind, well they've been falling behind before this fight started,
Yeah.
but...
Oh, and the rock is dropped. Nice drop there. Nice fatal bonds coming out as well. Looks like there's going to be a lot of team damage going on. Warlock can just turn
that
this.
golem better though.
Yeah, but there's still the fact that okay, yeah, I think he definitely micro the Warlock golem a bit better. But if he baited it out a little bit further, they would have just probably got Disruptor and Magnus. Slark picking up Invis, nice. Yeah, Slark's gone for a Midas. I'm not a big fan of that. He doesn't have his ult. Yes, Slark, he could probably get a kill here. Oh, you're gonna die in 2 seconds. Yeah, the Dark Pact.
Oh, he's
basically.
got Shrine, he's fine.
Yeah, but if he'd taken one more hit of damage, he would have been fucked. Because he Dark Pacted. Oh, bye bye
Still
Warlock.
walking his golem. See, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, he's walking his golem away with his hero.
Yeah.
And his golem should be
Pushing a
beaten
lane,
onto-
getting him
like
to the
that,
farm.
that thing hits pretty hard.
Yeah. Especially this early on in the game. Looks like it might go for the PA. Yeah, okay, so the Golem gets the PA, so that's a pretty easy. Solid pick up there, and Slark just fucking getting stacked, man. I mean, this early on in the game, you don't have it leveled up, but oh, what a beautiful Sunstrike, easy pick off.
And
Ward.
the question mark.
just seriously a little bit of bad, man. Yeah. Okay, so they're just gonna get a 5-man wipe.
And Venger's about to die to tower. There
Oh.
we go.
That's not the worst thing. Venge only giving away 158 gold to 2 heroes. It's worth a bit, but not much. So
Yeah,
Slark,
they didn't get the XP which they desperately need. So.
Slark got a
The-
Midas.
The mid's just got his minus as well, which is real good, even though
Yeah.
they lost that fight before, but then remade it with the second fight.
So Slark is really gonna get like ridiculously farmed this game, which is gonna basically turn the PA into a easy kill. The PL actually might be able to counter the Slark unless he gets a decent bit more area effect. It depends really how it goes, but he's gonna go for Silver Edge for sure. And there's a lot more net worth items. Gaining net worth items like Midas and possibly any farming items.
Another glimpse of mid on Warlock, but
Yeah, and bottom.
follow
Yeah, so PL's doppelganger can definitely can break Pounce. One of the few things they can.
What do
Swap
you
coming
think
up
of?
Bench?
What do you think of PL going Boots of Travel first?
It's one of
Say
the
a more
one of the
fighting
strongest builds. Boots of Travel basically allows you to be everywhere in the fight, and you're also quite slow in the base. Now, it's great for fighting, and that's what they're going to be doing. The reason why you usually get it is because it's like you're fighting, and then you TP in kind of like a Spectre and try to clean up, similar to a Slack, but like it requires quite a bit of skill to pull off.
It looks like they're zoning in on the tier 1 bot.
Yeah. So they do have the tier 1 middle, and they're going to go for the tier 1 bot, and they are going for this high push lineup, but the Dire are holding them back at every stage and are in a higher net worth position, so this is actually a really dangerous position. Okay, so PA just going in there on the Slark having to pop his ulti, suddenly realizing that there's whole shit, there's 5 here, Magnus and Power, definitely doing work with the PL, getting a bit of farm there. But yeah, PL doesn't need to go for a farming item with the Magnus on the side.
Looks like they're going for the split push,
Yeah.
top and mid.
I like
just
this.
leaving
It's not really a big split push, but it's something. They're going to get some damage on the tower because they see that this is lost. Magnus has RP, disrupting his. He doesn't have his ult yet, okay, so they still might be able
To
to.
be fair, they had Warlock Rock then. They could have.
They could have definitely fought it, but I feel like they would have all had to have TP'd in at the same time, and it's like we could probably take 2 towers in the same time, and forcing 3 TPs top basically. Not to mention they were splitting on the map, so they're going to get more farm and just get further ahead. PL definitely keeping up in the net worth charts, but he's really the only one on the Dire side there. There's Magnus and PA need a bit more farm. PA is going to rely on RNGs just to fucking win this game.
Yes, so there's your Shadow Blade queued up on your Slark. I mean, it's pretty standard. It's what you expect.
Yeah, you wouldn't really go anything else. I like the pickup of the infused raindrops. It's really powerful on any hero that has like low HP pool, because then you can essentially save yourself some life, and also it helps with the mana regen early game. Sunstrike gonna hit the catapult top. Looks like they're going for another 5-man push to take the towers down. It's kind of what I was getting.
Yeah, it's pretty scary considering Mag's still 1,000 gold off his blink dagger. Like,
Yeah.
When he has that, they're going to have a really hard time properly defending things.
Smoke's popped.
Oops,
They're
smoke.
looking
So they're going
into
to come in
the
the mid,
jungle.
and they're probably going to get this Nyx assassin here. Oh no, nice Vendetta there, and that's
Counter
going to
ult.
break all the smoke. Do they? Yes, they do realize, and they instantly dust. But a disruptive glimpse saving him. They can see him still. The dust is still on him, so they know that he's there. Okay, so he's just disappeared out of the dust there. So they're just roaming around now, trying to get a nice pick off. But Slark just pushing a tower, just doing Slark things.
Here's what's happening to Dire's bottom tower.
Ooh, Nyx Assassin getting a nice, oh my god, nice
Triple
3-man stun,
stun.
and that's the Warlock roll, ulti
Oh,
drop,
what?
and then they just get absolutely crushed with the Warlock Fatal Bond and the Sunstrike. Where is your Magnus now? Okay, that was easiest pick off ever.
Tower's getting the business. To my fiends.
And
I think
Invoker
they
just,
got a little bit too comfortable, and now he's back below 1,000 on his blink.
yeah. So that's just a bit of a really well played by Nyx. But unfortunately, no sentry wards mid when you're pushing, so get picked off. Invoker pushing top the whole time, and he wasn't even in that fight. He did contribute a Sunstrike, but that was about it. That's one of the powers of Invoker, he's kind of got a global presence. So Boots of Travel picked up on PL. He needs to go for Scepter next, which he's got queued up. Otherwise, he's just not going to be able to do anything.
This should make my life
So
easier.
Boots of Travel and Scepter basically means you're an anti-push running around everywhere. It's actually kind of scary. So what do you reckon of the Warlock now? He's got his Midas.
Slippery enough already.
A bit late.
Yeah, he's pretty happy at the moment.
Jesus. Ugh. Team still in the career. 16-minute Midas and a support, pretty good. Okay, Slark's gonna unfortunately not pop the Dark Pact, so he is gonna get stunned by the RP and then dusted, but he'll just Dark Pact that off and run away with haste.
RP
Good bait
baited,
of
that
the
was the
RP.
plan all along.
Yeah. So basically means they should fight now. Like, the Disruptor ult is up and the ward for Pugner's up, but that's it. That's all they got. There's still
I
a
don't have the
UGT
Warlock ult for another minute yet. So.
Yeah, but like the Warlock ult was basically just awesome to have. Sunstrike! Ooh, nice easy pick off on the PA there. Really well played as well. Not including the creeps in the Sunstrike. That's really important so that they don't share the damage of the PA. She just absorbs all of it.
Yeah, this PA seems to be having a really hard time finding farm. He's pretty much on the bottom of the net worth, along with the two supports for Dire. He's going Vlad, so it's a bit of a more of a supporting role, I guess, for PL than anything else.
Nah, Vlad's is actually really strong in it when you go for the Deso. It allows her to go for Desolator and become one of those powerhouses, but usually you go Deso first so you can pick it off. But Vlad's just is one of those strong items early game. But yeah, she's broken. She's broken.
Yeah, it's I'm poor and I need some sustain.
Yeah.
Farming.
Invoker's got a Scepter up, so that's going to be the scariest thing you've ever seen. Invoker's going to be able to just basically stomp in teamfights now if they don't target him down. However, this will also like act as a double-edged sword because if the Pugner ward is up, he's going to hurt himself more than you'd think. Since they have a Magnus, I still sort of give it like they're not out of this game, but they are slowly losing the grip on this game. The Magnus, once he gets a blink, yeah, things will turn around, but you never count out a Magnus, but
he might get picked off up top.
Yeah, Slark gonna pop the Shadow Blade. Just go. Yep, easiest pick off of ever, and unfortunately, he charges away in the leash, which is the only thing he could do. But Slark might actually get killed here. Oh no, Slark gonna pop it and just TP. Well played here. Not enough area of effect stuns to actually stop that.
Yeah, no, the only thing they have there to stop that is the Magnus, Skewer as well though,
Yeah.
that cancels.
If you got the Disruptor Glimpse before he did that maybe, but not while it's channeled. Looks like the Radiant team just gonna sort of be content with farming and just gaining a bit more advantage here. They're up to 10,000 already, which is fairly decent. Talent tree is gonna be started selecting up now. And I think the other team, Salt, basically going, hey, let's go for this 5-man push threat that we started at the top. PL's getting close to his Scepter, and let's keep doing this, but I feel like that's really the downside of them. There's much better push, much better pick off on the Radiant team, so they can't really do the split thing, and they're forced to do that. Pugner pick.
So Radiant have rocked up again, but they still choosing to not defend and push.
Invoker getting a nice tornado off there and basically initiating the fight. PA got no mana and is probably going to go down here. If she's not careful, yeah. Invoker just going to find the easy... Oof, whiffing the stun there from Nyx. And they're going to get the tower in the meantime. So, space created by the PA. Not what you want really. Core player shouldn't be creating space, and looks like Slark just in the middle. They're going to get RP'd. He does not have the Dark Pact queued up, so
He got Shadow Blade up.
yeah, but there's still enough damage possibly. And there's no dust. Okay, there is dust, and he did get glimpsed back, and the PL's going to get the pick off here. That's a lot of gold going their way. 519 going straight into the pocket of the Pugner. So nice easy pick off there on the Slark. That is bad, but Slark's still really far ahead. So
Easy's probably a generous word there. He almost got out.
yeah, but Slark is either easy or it's just you don't get him. Glimpse is actually one of the strongest counters to Slark, I find. You can run as far away as you want. They just catch one side of you, you're glimpsed. And back into the pain, into the box of pain.
Purgeable though?
Glimpse, purgeable?
Yeah, well, I'm assuming it purges.
No, I don't think Glimpse is purgeable.
It purges with BKB and other such
No, that's
things.
because you become magic immune, I think. You can dodge it with Manta and a few other, nifty little skill tricks there. but you can't dodge it with
Oh
that
right,
fact.
cannot be dispelled.
Blink reveal.
Oh, okay,
stop.
nice little Magnus pick off here on the Venge. Just blinking in and out. Did anyone else see that? So Venge goes to TP up, Magnus blinks and skewers. It's a nice pick off. PA gets a couple of crits. They do kill the Venge, but then one Sunstrike lands on PA and just insta-gives her. So, like, no matter how good the PA plays, it's just dead. Okay, easy. Nick's just getting a sweet pick off there on Pugna. Disruptor TPing in. Bad idea. Yeah, Slark gonna probably get saved. Disruption.
Kill and a disengage. Nice.
Best disengage ever. And that's probably gonna be the PL as well. Invoker just finishing him off with a nice Invoker. Sorry, a Tornado Deafening Blast combo. And I think they're just gonna push for it now. They've got like a 12,000 net worth lead. There's, you know, not really much to go on here, so you can show a fight recap if you want, but the goal is just swinging and swinging, and Dire team is just hemorrhaging here. That's like Midas paying off dividends, man.
I'll take that.
You reckon it would have been maybe better for the Warlock to just rush straight for an Aghanims? I mean, Midas...
I don't think eggs is the solution. The single rock's good enough as a stun, and the chaos is enough. Egg itself, I don't know. I feel like you need mobility items on Warlock, like a 4-star either for you or to get your carries out of shit situations. We'll do a lot more than eggs.
That's something we haven't really noticed is Magnus does have a Blink Dagger now, and this is looking like a possibly a good initiation. Disruptor ult kind of not really doing much there. PL gonna go in, dodging the Warlock ult, nice, getting a pick off on the Warlock, but the Magnus RP comes in to pick off the next assassin who's popped his stun. Venge probably gonna go down here, yeah, and they get the Venge. The ward is still up, so there isn't really too much fight left in them. They're all really low, so Sunstrike maybe gonna get someone, and he gets the Disruptor. So they do lose one here or there, but it was a really good trade, and Slark gonna come in and just pick everyone else off.
And the PA manages to die again. Yep.
Yeah, PA getting picked off by the Slark. But,
yeah, that Warlock Golem, he was too far forward. He got caught in the static storm and then sort of panicked towards the end of it. And PL did a good job of dodging the initial stun from it as well.
PL does have a Scepter as well, which does definitely help the team fight quite a lot. I feel like, okay, nice Tornado EMP coming out. Oh, but they get skewered. Do they have dust? They don't have any dust. They do have dust on someone. Oh wow, okay, so here's a little fun fact. Spirit Lance can actually be stopped by Deafening Blast. That's interesting. No glimpse on the Disruptor, unfortunately. But I feel like this is how the Dire team has to come back into it. Just play the high ground defense game, because you got a Magnus and a PA. So you
missed.
Just missed the stun on the PLA. So, what do you guys reckon? Is that the best way to get back into this game for the Dire?
That's all it is really. Is they've got to make Radiant get a little bit more confident than they already are, and wait for them to try and push high ground.
Yeah, they've run out of gas to push freely now. They just have to take advantage of the team fights that Envy takes overconfidence in.
Disruptor just getting a little bit of solo farm here in the bottom lane. Not really any 4-staffs. I don't really see too many 4-staffs. Let's check the items actually.
True. They did fix that.
Yeah, that is sort of what it... Oh, nice crit there from the PA, from the Warlock. If PA does manage to get a Desolator, I do think that she can come back into this game and actually be useful again. UGTFO, gonna get dusted up here. Now the Duster's got a limited time, and it doesn't look like PL has a defusal, so he can't stop that. Oh, it's like gonna just get a nice pick off on the Disruptor there. I'm assuming you just went in with stealth and killed him.
The Dire best do something about that bottom.
Ooh, Sunstrike, ooh, gonna land on the Pugna. Looks like they're going really hard on this. This next assassin is gonna get a counter kill.
PA's doing something.
Where's the crits? Okay, there you go, one crit. Still though, they created so much space for the Invoker bottom with the next assassin, and he's still got a pick off on the Pugna. So
interestingly though, this Magnus needs to keep casting. There we go, casting power on PA, because She really needs that recovery farm.
Oh, Slark gonna get a nice pick off, and the RP getting absolutely whiffed there by Slark Darkpack. And Slark just
Dropping
like
the Silver's Edge mana.
yeah, PA needs to be really careful because Slark's just gonna not even bother with the Silver Edge. Oh, he did right at the last second, but yeah, easy pick off ever. Yeah, Slark just snowballing completely out of control now. He's got a couple of clarities and tangos just in case he needs some in-lane regen. Looks like he's just going straight for a BKB. I guess they just, you know what, the one chance that they can come back into this game is massive magic damage against me, which is a pretty smart option. I wouldn't mind seeing a Mjolnir on the actual the Slark. That would be an insane pickup against the PL. And it would also be able to just steal so many essence shifts. Oh, okay, so he looks like he's found the PL. Unfortunately going to whiff the leap.
Yeah, coin.
So to note, because they've lost it tier 3 in bottom lane, they can take the shrines whenever they want. And
Doesn't look like
surprised no teams looked at Roche after winning a fight yet.
I feel like the only lineup, well, they both have pretty good lineups, but the PA lineup is much better for Roche hunting. Oh, okay, looks like PA just going to go on Avenge here. She's going to turn around and also she does have a 4-staff. Okay, there we go, there's the glimpse. Easy pick off. Magnus charging her out of the disruption field just to ensure that she does die.
Just because he can, you know.
PL going to go for a nice diffuser blade up here.
But you know, Radiant still has a chance to take Roche. Venge's minus armor is pretty good.
Take that.
Slark has
Surprised no
got a
one's
decent amount of damage.
started building their Solar Crest this game though. Seems it has a pretty good win rate in the pro scene.
Looks like they're well aware of the Dire going for the Roshan, and this is going to get scattered out.
But this is going to be a disaster. For
This is so not bad. I feel like he should have wasted the Silver Edge on the PA, but okay. What's Slark's? I think Slark's taunting. This seems like Slark is taunting. Yep. So Slark's just taunting and being like, okay, we'll take the Roche then.
PA trying the old "if I can't see you, you can't see me" strategy. Turning back to Slark doesn't work.
Nice gang setup here from the Nyx Assassin. The unfortunate thing is that PL, there's a lot of them. And if he burns all the mana and he's got a diffusal, so UGTFO might be in a bit of trouble here. Sunstrike not going to land, but UGTFO just popping his mana boots, and they're probably going to get burned, deal a bit more damage. But at the same time, Dire is just pushing top. So Nyx Assassin just creating a bit of space, perfectly fine. Pugna dead. Magnus whiffing the charge backwards. And Disruptor going to land nothing. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Slark gonna go down, maybe. Oh, okay, just popping his ult. The Magnus going to just whiff the RP. Definitely got a really good RP there, getting all the Forge Spirits and everything. PA just burning to everything. Warlock gonna drop the rock. PL still kind of a bit scary, but okay, stun going out on the PL illusion. Looks like Invoker's going to come back into this, and Warlock going to go down to the PA. Yeah, don't underestimate them. They have lost the racks. Oh no, they haven't lost the racks. They have lost the tower though.
Tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
They're about to transition into losing the game.
Yeah. Invoker just wiping the PA there. Looks like they don't really have anyone left to defend except for the PL. And PL going to have to doppelganger out of this. Yep. Going to get stunned up, and the wave just going to be cleared by the Warlock golems. Something that's pretty good against it. And Pugna just going to die. PL's really the only one left and popping the shrine, and he's trying real hard to win this game. Oh, nice dodge of the stun there, but still not really enough.
Whoa, that blink.
That blink to just dodge, disjointing the
Oh.
Sunstrike gonna miss, and looks like PA's just leaving the game. Realizing that this is already over, and there's the GG up finally. From the other team.
Ain't looking good.
So what you're saying is Dire just won due to GG from Radiant?
Technically no. That is a bad man at GG, so I'll have a chat to the team after this. But because they're denied it, the rules of the captain's mode actually says that you can cancel the GG. But yeah, so
Hey, look at your Slack Maelstrom pickup.
Yeah, boyo.
Called it. Good work.
It's really the only thing that can counter PL into the late game. Butterfly's nice for a defensive initiation, but you've got no irrip effect other than your Q. So Warlock going for the Ags, probably going for Refresher next, just to really rub it in. Yeah, this is a 30k net lead for the the Radiant team. I feel like they should probably end it soon. It's like just being a cheeky bastard. Now what this is doing, I think the Dire team have not GG'd yet because they're just thinking of their strat and how their team's gone. So they're using this time to essentially just probably think of what they're going to do next game and where they went wrong and things like that. Because this game is essentially over. There's not really much you can do against this Slark who's so goddamn fed that it's ridiculous. And the rest of the team is also right up there. Invoker's ridiculous. If PL getting a nice couple of recovery kills. They still do have a Magnus though, so it is possible to come back into this game, but it's Radiant's game to throw. It's not Dire's.
Yeah, we're gonna have a level 25 in the work shortly as well.
Focus, such high net worth. Nice little Sunstrike coming out there with deafening blast. So it looks like they're going to end it. Looks like the Radiant team's going to end it. But yeah, sometimes when you've lost a game and you know you've basically lost the game, it's nice to just sit back and go like, look, what did we do wrong this game? What can we do in improvement? Because this is a best of 3, so they've got potentially 2 more games to come back into this. However, if ISIS take this next game, then Salt jump down to the lower bracket. Invoker going to get a nice pick off on the Magnus here. He's just completely dodging the RP as well. Blinking out of the RP, just showing off a bit of skill there.
So I think I'd give my MVP this game to the Nyx.
Yeah.
I mean Invoker played really well kills wise, but I think Nyx set up like a big chunk of that game.
Yeah. Something
That's
that has
why I think the Slark pick really gave them the edge.
Yeah, that Slark was extremely good pickup there. Alright guys, so we'll just go into a bit of post-game discussion here. And I'll set up the lobby for the next match. Now, I just reckon that at the start of the match, when we saw the Meepo ban and things like that, it didn't really seem like they were taking it seriously, and they might take it a lot more seriously this game. I'm not sure, but essentially, in a nutshell, I feel like the boys at ISIS took that a lot more seriously rather than Salt did, and sort of their draft kind of reflected it as well. I'll invite all the captains, and you guys can just discuss it for a little bit, get your input on it.
Yeah, definitely. I think if they just switched one of the characters in terms of synchronizing with the Pugna, the Mag didn't really have any impact. They had the RP, but they never got a fight to set it up. And once their opportunity for push ended, they didn't have a composition anymore. Their push was kind of useless.
Yeah, pretty much all come down to PL trying to do things at the end of the game there. Like, I didn't see a single good static storm kinetic field, and as you said, Magnus didn't land anything either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that Pugna first pick was pretty bold.
I definitely like the disruptor pick in terms of being able to re-engage, but the last pick PA, they didn't even need to get an MKB to counter. They just got the Silver Edge. So
well, that is true as well. But like the Silver Edge was a direct counter to it for the passives and things. But there's also like the amount of magic damage on the enemy team. I mean, holy shit! The Invoker alone could have just picked her off without a BKB.
Yeah, even before all of the magic damage and levels came into it though, like PA was never farming particularly well. It was just a hard lane versus the Nyx. You could ignore the other 4 heroes on Radiant, and even then, the PA was bound to be poor for most of that game. I mean, I've seen PAs go BKB first item and it's worked out for them. It's not what you want to do, but if she'd had the opportunity to, it could have still been a thing.
I feel like a BKB first pickup item after like boots and things like that on a PA is one of those like Heaven Hellbergs, Hail Marys of we really need to just stay in this game and just hopefully win.
I mean, if Mag had been landing his RPs, then PA doesn't really need defense.
Yeah. So it's just like a little bit of I hesitate to say, but I guess bad positioning and a little bit of bad play coming from the Dire side. They did definitely 5-man early and get like easy towers, but the problem with that is they didn't actually force the Radiant to 5v5 them. The Radiant said, "It's cool, you guys in 5-man, we'll just split push and get more farm and net worth on our cause." In the early game. But yeah, definitely you're right. I think MVP goes to UGTFO that game. It was really, really well played by him. Not only did he did come into the game and actually, was very useful, but he didn't just feed in the offlane. Like, it's so underrated how the offlane can actually go. If you just break even in an offlane, you actually win. But I feel like he actually got massive net worth over the PA and a few other the entire game, and just basically came into it as something that was important in the game rather than just, we have a Nyx for occasional initiation.
So what do you think? Where do you go from here? Is Salt? Oh, is ISIS? Do they? I mean, no, is Salt? Do they?
Salt
do they go
lost.
for the heavy push again, or
I feel like
do
they
they
take it a bit
switch
more
up?
seriously, and they ban heroes that they weren't really good against. So the Invoker was pretty hard up pick up there. Maybe go play it a little bit more seriously as what the meta is doing. Kind of like what ISIS are actually doing, where they're basically we'll ban the OD and we'll ban the Terrorblade because those are ridiculously powerful heroes right now. Alright, so okay, so we're ready to go? Okay, both teams are ready to go. I'm just checking to make sure the Dire gets first pick again and everything is set up there. So just having a bit of a discussion with the captains here. Okay, so looks like the boys at Salt have decided to choose the Radiant side, and which means the Dire gets first pick. So we'll get into this game. I think Symptom is just a little bit he's gone AFK, probably just gone for a little bit of a break. Moss, you still there?
Yeah.
Alright, man. So just going to start up the game here. Looks like we jumped straight into it. And we'll start the draft off again. Yeah, so what do you reckon, man? I reckon they definitely need to just take it a bit more seriously. And actually just go for like a solid strat that's actually working in the current meta.
Ban.
Moss?
Yeah, definitely. Just something slightly reliable like Abaddon, SF, even a
10
Doom,
seconds
something
to
they
go.
won't expect to have trained against. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that these
5
boys
seconds.
have scrummed quite a bit before this game.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're scrimmed together, but
Reserve time.
well, that's kind of the thing about the ODL. It's like, yeah, you can just grab a bunch of mates together and have a bit of a ram, but there's occasionally a couple of teams here and there that will play together, and playing together really does have a massive benefit. The thing that I feel like they need to do is, like you said, yeah, they definitely need a pickup that's gonna
Radiance
catch,
ban.
that's gonna catch ISIS off guard essentially. But they also need to play something a bit more standard. Like that Pugna first pick was not really the most intense. I feel, and it looks like ISIS going to ban the Pugna. I'm not sure if that's actually just not really a respect
Radiance
ban, but more of a, haha, you picked a Pugna first. Just a bit of a bad manner then. The Terrorblade ban coming out, I like that. That's a really strong ban. And Assault respecting the Invoker pickup, so banning that.
10 seconds to go.
What do you reckon, man? Reckon they pick up the slack this time, maybe? Go for a really aggressive tri lane? Ooh, Monkey King ban.
Dyer's pick. Radiant's pick.
Oh, here we go.
Radiant's pick.
Jeebus.
Wow, that's really ballsy.
Dyer's
First pick too. I mean, first phase picking IO Tiny. I can see it working for the boys in Salt though.
So once again, though, heroes that don't normally get banned. That's sort of a
10 seconds
unnecessary opening play.
Usually you'd pick the supporter first. Okay, so we got Warlock and Pudge. Looks like the boys in ISIS wanting to have a bit of fun here. Pudge actually really strong. There is the old, what is it, the Pudge conundrum or something? When it's on your team it always feeds, but when it's on the enemy team it's absolutely overpowered.
Yeah, curious as how that's going to work.
I reckon Pudge is just going to be one of those roaming ones. He's like a Marana in a sense. He can scale a bit scarily as well. I have seen Pudges work really well against IO in the sense that you follow the IO combo around, stealthily of course with like smokes and shit. And when they go for the relocate, you just hook one of them and it essentially destroys the team.
What do you think of Upheaval into Rot into First Blood as a possible opening rune fight?
Definitely, but it's a gamble. So that basically gives you zero laning presence as the Warlock. But I definitely love Upheaval maxing as a Warlock, maxing Upheaval 1 point in Fatal Bonds and 1 point in the heal, and you just basically crush the lane.
That's the very situational lane crush, if that's what you think. But
No, dude. Against an offlaner like a Legion Commander or like any hero that doesn't have an instant max speed, like I think Darkseer, Marana, and a few others can maybe escape out of it. But anything else, you just get a nice channel on them and they're just dead.
It looks like they're pretty scared of any anti-carry or anti-CC.
Yeah.
It'll be nice if ISIS picks up like a Bane or something to set up for the Pudge.
Yeah.
Or break apart the IO.
They could also get a Beastmaster. I haven't
really
seen a
hard.
Beastmaster. Yeah, but I know they've got a Beastmaster player on their team, so they might go for a Beastmaster a bit later on. Banning out the OD, I like that. OD could absolutely crush their dual lane mid that they're probably going to run. Because Salt will be running a dual lane mid, I'm pretty sure. Ah, there it is! Darkseer counter to Warlock in the offlane. You throw Upheaval and slows down and Darkseer just runs away. But then again, if it gets hooked by the Pudge, he's screwed. So far, I think I give it to Salt a little bit now. If they play their lanes well, Salt could definitely come ahead of this. Tiny with Iron Shell is the scariest shit you've ever seen, man.
Agree.
Like Juggernaut's definitely up there as well, but Tiny he can just throw you back to the tower, and that's overpowered. Oh jeez, what if they pick up a Centaur? Are we calling it? Is it straight game?
I don't know. This is your Bristleback.
Oof, nice.
Still waiting to see how they want to make the Warlock ult work in with a team fight.
I think they don't. I think they just want the Warlock because they picked it up last game, and they were like, this thing's overpowered. Just keep going with it. Have you seen Fatal Bonds with Bristleback? It's kind of like Marana, except physical.
5 seconds.
So have you...
You're saying the hope is that Bristleback gets tanky enough to have 5 people around them for the Fatal Bonds?
It's not even needed to be that. You just Fatal Bonds and Bristleback can run in and no one can fight him.
Dyer's pick.
Because they either fight him 1v1 and lose with the Pudge in the background, or they try to fight him as a group, and Bristleback just does this massive area effect, which gets amplified by the Fatal Bonds. It's a similar principle to the that disgusting meta with Marana. Marana rushes a Scepter, you get a Warlock, Fatal Bonds, you leap into an enemy team and you double Starstorm, and they basically are on like quarter health instantaneously. It's like it was the most broken shit ever. Remember that?
Radiant's ban.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a powerful meta, but yeah, lots of nuke coming out, which will benefit the Warlock quite a bit. Not to mention single target from Lina, so it's pretty good. It looks like Salt are just going for a really tanky lineup.
Yeah, I'm actually afraid for them that they're going too tanky and they're gonna have more utility on ISIS.
Yeah. If Necro gets picked up, that's gonna be interesting, man. Like, just to be the hardest counter ever to the Spirit Breaker and the Tiny. He's also got a lot of heal and sustain, which boosts the Bristleback.
What do you think of final picks for each team here to round things out?
I'm reckon.
Jug would be. Oh, it's banned.
Yeah, Jug. I was gonna say Jug would be a seriously overpowered pickup for them. Just go straight through everything. But I wouldn't mind seeing not a PA, nothing squishy like that. But you could go for a Nakes, man. Lifesteal would crush this lineup. The Darkseer obviously can like zoom out of it, but still, once that's over, there's 4 high strength heroes on that team. One of them literally is basically just food for you with your passive. And then you've got a Bristleback in the background and a Lena for massive magic and Pudge as well. Like, I feel like if Isis pick a Nakes, that's... Oh, yeah, there we go. There's another one. Hard strength hero counter.
It's gonna be a full-out brawl.
Yeah, I'm loving this. I really want to see this as well. I think the Timbersaw is a little bit of an interesting pickup, though. The reason why I say Nakes is absolutely overpowered is because of the magic community. Whereas Timbersaw isn't, like, the way to counter Timbersaw is nuke him down with magic. Tiny Blink, toss in with a Darkseer shell on him, or just Spirit Breaker charge in with a Darkseer shell on him. It's just like, he might just get killed in lane that easily.
Yeah, it depends how early in the game we're talking,
Yeah.
And how well things are going. Like, Radiant's definitely got the early pick-off potential if they've got Vision, they've got Spirit Breaker, they've got IO. But then, I don't know, it reads a bit weird to me. Like, the Darkseer I see is a bit more defensive than the other 3 heroes are sort of implying.
Oh my god! I was literally just going like, I wonder if they pick up an anti-mage or like a split push carrier like a Morphling or something like that just for the shits and giggles. Anti-mage strong against Timbersaw in lane. Can't kill him, but Timbersaw can't do shit because the mana burn. Also, Lena's kind of a mana bomb. Bristleback has huge mana int gain, and Warlock is... Oh, Warlock's a Warlock, so yeah. They don't really have much
Warlock's
lockdown.
got no escape for your blink, yeah.
But there's also, like... Yeah, go ahead, Ross.
The IO is gonna be so supportive with the AM just to keep him from the brink.
Yeah.
Usually that's his problem with the Nuki Isis draft.
Yeah, I love the Isis draft because of the physical and the damage, and they can deal it with the anti-mage. But I hate it because you got Pudge to lock down the anti-mage. That's it. Lena's stun's pretty good, and maybe the Warlock golems, but you have to time that shit so well.
I feel like they've got a carry for each lane that a farming hero for each lane that's going to do quite well by themselves, and it leaves the Pudge and Warlock to roam around creating havoc potentially. But once again, like, they've got the Spirit Breaker, so roaming around quite often will get you dead.
Yeah, I feel like each lineup has like they've gone for each lineup and they've done it really well. I love both drafts in this one. I feel it's up in the air to who wins this one. Whoever plays better is obviously going to win this one. But I feel like the team, Isis basically has to play, win their lanes, get a strong presence, and then just push and absolutely crush. Because the late game I give to Radiant 100%. What do you reckon, man? Mace?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, obviously you've got your anti-mage and your tiny, which are terrifying late game.
Yeah, but IO as well, dude, and Darkseer Wall. I mean, you do not want to face a Darkseer Wall with an anti-mage. Well, what do you reckon, Moss?
I think the Bristle might shine this game. He has a good opportunity to actually stick on some of the enemy on the early phasing.
Oh yeah, I think early game. It depends. I'll give the early game to the Dire side to
30 seconds to showtime.
To Salt there. Sorry, to Isis and the Dire side. I give it to them because what they're going to do here, where they're going to run in and be like, we're bigger and stronger than you are in the early game. And they're probably just going to take this. Oh, looks like they're not even going to go. But they don't really have the lockdown and the chase other than the Pudge, I think. Like, Lena's a setup, and Pudge is like a anti-chase hero, which is pretty nice. But it's going to be interesting. Darkseer and Timbersaw going straight head-to-head for the rune here. Darkseer going to sneak. Oh, it doesn't quite get it. Timbersaw's there. I'll just get you guys to discuss the lane. I'm just going to go to the toilet real quick. I'll probably just leave the screen on mid, so you guys just discuss this for a bit.
I'll do the Dire, you can do the Radiant. So we got top Timbersaw played by Wasted Youth, carrying a Tango's, a Mango, and a Stout Shield. Bottom we got Pudge dual lane with the Bristle, Stout Shield, Mango, same issue. Boots on the tri lane actually, joined by the Warlock. Boots on the Pudge, we might have an engage actually. Oh, AM's level blink. Mid Lena with Paul Tangos. Yeah, it looks pretty even.
Yeah, looks pretty standard. Did note that, yeah, shit, there goes our IO already, I'm not sure. Jungling IO for Radiance is an interesting
New meta.
Fucking, I don't know, Anti-Mage has a lot of tangos, he's expecting a hard lane, but they've just completely abandoned him as far as support's concerned and favouring and putting pressure on this Timbersaw on top, which, I don't know, it's working out so far with Iron Shell, but, I mean, once again, is it worth not getting any farm on your Anti-Mage?
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Well, let's see what we've got
You
here.
just missed a jungling IO die to
Neutrals.
Yep.
Oh yeah, good times, good times. That didn't register on the kills, did it? No, it doesn't.
No.
Jungling IO, you say?
The talent.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, Anti-Mage is sort of a write-off at this stage. That tri-lane, they're not going to be able to contest that with an IO, so
yeah,
they're just sort of leaving him there to get whatever he can.
I feel that's a good idea. Just give him a lot of experience so that he can actually possibly come back into this and maybe threaten kill potential. Because that's really how... Like, if you've lost the lane, it's better to lose one lane and actually come back into
Pudge
looks
actually
like mid.
sniffing out their jungle. He might actually bump into the IO.
Yeah, that's pretty good, but I think the Lena here, like, it was a pretty 50-50 there, and Lena might get the kill, and yeah, she does get the kill on the mid. The Spirit Breaker just charging in the bottom there. It looks like they're probably going to go in the Warlock, but Anti-Mage got to be a bit careful. That was actually a really close mid-battle, because the Tiny wanted to get the toss-off, and he nearly got the toss-off on the Lena. If he had got that, I think that swaps around, basically. Looks like the Spirit Breaker coming down bottom. I still don't like this. I think that they should just leave the Anti-Mage solo to let him get a decent level advantage, and then use him as like this ridiculous mana burner. But,
yeah, there's no way they're harassing that Bristleback out of lane.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Warlock here away.
But what they can do though is give the Anti-Mage a couple levels and just get him to mana burn the Bristleback. So the Bristleback still stays in lane, but he can't threaten a kill or anything like that. So the Anti-Mage can just farm by himself. And then you can maybe threaten a kill on the hero, because Bristleback with no mana, he can't do anything. So you just go on the Warlock.
True, but he can just hit you.
That's true, but like he can hit you, but he's got no Quill Spray, nothing to amp him up.
Fuel for my fire.
And then you've got a Spirit Breaker, and they just come in and get a nice kill. Oh, and the Spirit Breaker looks like he's going to get a nice kill off on the Pudge, just not expecting it.
Boys.
Spirit Breaker, yeah, they got to be a bit careful because the cool stacks definitely popping up there. Looks like Lena probably just winning mid here, definitively. Lena absolutely crushing mid. Huge net worth here. Timbersaw also doing really well in lane. Darkseer has some decent last hits, but he's shelling. His shells are not really guaranteeing the last hits like Timber is, and Timber can basically just stay in lane. He can match his regen. There'll be a point though where the Darkseer shells become too powerful. It's a pretty even start, I reckon. Mid and offlane winning heavily for the Dire side.
So everywhere's winning pretty
yeah,
for the Dire
pretty
side.
much for the Dire side. I still feel like it's pretty even, dude. Ooh, nice hook there for the Pudge. Ow, goddamn mouse screwing up, sorry guys. And there's a nice slow coming out here, so... Oh, okay, mid just getting crushed by the Lena. So, yeah, Lena's ridiculously strong in lane. Something
and then bottom, the Spirit Breaker chose to charge the Pudge instead of charging anything else on the map that might have gotten him to safety.
So, the Anti-Mage just got nothing.
Radiant's
Rushing straight for a ring of regen. I can sort of see that. I need to get a little lane. And he's also going like ridiculously hard here.
Ooh.
He does get the
Comes
kill on the
IO.
Pudge. Yeah, IO kind of saving the Anti-Mage there a little bit. Nicely done, but
Oh, he's...
no. He can see him, so he's going to get charged, but he's got to be really careful. If he gets triggered with one more of these, oh, okay, he just missed it. So that's a dead UGT vote. You're getting a little bit too ham here, and yeah, Io getting the kill there.
Waiting for the question mark here. I'm not that confident in the game yet.
Oh no, I just no, I was just like, hey, don't be don't be doing that. Looks like they're going for the tri-lane. This interesting tri-lane they've got here. Io regenning up the anti-mage a little bit there. Io, seriously, dude, what the hell? Be careful, man. You're gonna die. 17% bash cannot save you here. Not from a full mana, pretty much full health Bristleback. That's a dead. That's gonna be a double kill. There you go. There's the fatal bonds. Oh my, yeah. Okay, just getting the kill and nearly picking off the anti-mage.
Taking the tower though. These.
Don't charge him. Just don't charge him. Don't get in range. Oh no, anti-mage! Alright, where's the bash? Where's the bash? Okay, nice pick up. Jesus, this is an interesting lane.
Tis mine.
They're very scrappy.
Yeah, so while they're all scrapping bottom lane and everything, Lina and Timbersaw are just taking their net worth advantages there. But the anti-mage is the highest net worth on the side of the Radiant, so that's at least something. And looks like Io just healing himself up with the anti-mage there. A cool little trick is Io anti-mage, you give Io your ring and you heal up for like 1.5 times that. Is pretty strong if you're coordinated enough for that. Lina just gonna roam around, but yeah, this is not good for the Radiant team.
No, just looking at the last hits there, you got 40 and 17 denies on Timber and
Oh
27 and
god!
12 on Lina.
Lina just destroying the tiny mid. This is a problem. This is what I was just about to say actually. Lina is ridiculous. She's so farmed and she'll just kill everyone and snowball out of control.
The selfishness of the IO draft to jungle is really hampering the tiny as to be drafted. So I think they've sort of picked the advantage and then played the disadvantage.
Like that is you pick an Io because he goes like he's the ultimate support. He basically just makes your carry super strong. And Tiny's really strong, but he ain't got nothing, man. Doesn't even have boots. Jesus. I really feel like they shouldn't have put that mid. I feel like they should have, honestly, maybe even put the anti-mage mid. Looks like Timbersaw gonna go down there.
Timbersaw got a bit out of position there.
That was his first death, and he's ranking highest. And
he was highest in there with, and Lena's I think taking over now. Pudge might be able to get a nice hook on the anti-mage here, but yeah, Iron Shell. You gotta be careful, dude. This is what I was getting at before. There's a lot of magic damage on the Ren team. Oh, and Lena might go down here, but not before getting a kill. Huge streak going the way of Tiny. Really needed. Does bring Tiny up, but not enough. Lena is still double the net worth of the highest net worth here on the Radiant. Holy shit.
At least Tiny can afford some boots now. So
yeah. He's living support life. He's living support life. If he goes mana boots, he basically loses this lane instantaneously. He has to go trades. He has to put some sort of potential kill on the Ooh, looks like a Spirit Breaker charge coming in here, and this is kind of what I mean. Like the Bristleback doesn't have the mana to really contest this right now. Like there will be a point where he gets to you know, that oh shit, you better watch out. But yeah, like this is what I was meaning before. You burn all the mana off him, and then he can't do anything.
Ooh, TY might be taking a fall.
Oh, nice. Okay, Spirit Breaker doing a really good charge. Oh! Denied. Unfortunately, not charging anywhere else on the map, but he at least tried to get out of it. Anti-Mage actually getting a little bit of farm now. Nothing super special, but yeah, sorry. Looks like Darkseer going to go down mid. Oh no, Darkseer going to go down top, sorry.
Yeah, Timbersaw's finally doing Timbersaw things.
Yeah, that is one of the scary things. Timbersaw and Darkseer both do a lot of magic damage, and it's really who has the most support. And if Timber gets enough reactive armor, Darkseer just can't touch him. Anti-Mage gonna just ping out the shrine there for Tiny to come in. This is not looking good for the Radiant team. They're getting kind of outlaned really heavily here. That IO pickup.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Lena doing a nice little dropping items trick there.
Gold for me. Radiant's mid tower's
So-
coming apart.
So no Midases in sight this game.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Heavily departed from the meta of the last game. They seem
no.
to be scrapping in this one.
Yeah.
We
and
got the
pushing.
Warlock again going for it.
Oh, okay. Timbersaw trying to push top. Tiny
Oh.
way out of position here,
good
gonna get
hook.
hooked. Really nicely done. But the tiny toss up. Anti-mage coming in. Not really
Guess what's
the
happening?
best
Dire
blink there.
tower.
Unfortunately, Anti-Mage can't really do much now. He's quite weak. He wants to just get a bit of a farm, and he looks like he's
What
going on the
was
ghost.
that?
He's going on the Warlock. Darkseid just going to make it out, and where's the ult? Yeah, okay, so Anti-Mage going to get a pick off on the Warlock, and this is what I was meaning. Warlock can't really face an Anti-Mage, so late game.
Oh, Anti-Mage going for the courier, but
Not
no.
going to get it. He's out of mana
Yep.
though, dude. So
I
Anti-Mage
think
could
it will
die.
be a terrible
Radiant's
choice if
mid-tower
Warlock
could
goes
use
for a
a
Midas
hand.
at this point.
Radiant's
I feel like he needs to go for like a mech or something like that. Oh, lovely disengage there by the Lina and just gonna get a return kill. Easiest kill ever. Really well played on the Yule Scepter this, keeping her alive. And Io just
And the
managed
tower.
to come out. Yeah, like that was really quick reactions as well because the Spirit Breaker just came out of the trees. She must have just been waiting for that. Not specifically Spirit Breaker, but just any hero in general. Okay, looks like you're gonna have your Medallion of Courage pick up, Mace. Oh!
Oh.
Nice save there by the Io, but he's gonna pay for it with his life.
Yeah,
Bristleback.
as you say about the Warlock, mech I would not say is the item.
Yeah?
Or mana boots,
his
something
mana
to
pool
help
sucks.
the
He
team.
needs boots.
Yeah. But mana boots into mech boots eventually, right? Like, oof, okay, Tiny needs to be a bit careful here, but so does Timbersaw. Oh, actually no, Timbersaw's got a bloody hood. Holy shit, he's fine. He has essentially just made sure that he doesn't die. Anti-Mage getting picked off top by the Lina. Don't really see that much very often, but did get a decent bit of farm. Spirit Breaker just in the middle of it all. Oh, nice vacuum into a toss combo, but Tiny probably getting it down. Where's the rot? There it is. And then there goes the Pudge. So really scrappy bottom here. There's no carry or core here to benefit from this experience, so it looks like they might be getting good kills, but it's not really that amazing for them. And looks like Darkseid going to sacrifice himself.
Darkseid's gonna fall.
Radiant's top
Yeah.
tower is
Nice Medallion of Courage.
Is the relocate?
Oh, to relocate out. Well
Heartless.
played. But it just means that the Bristleback's gonna go for the Spirit Breaker. Is Lina gonna come in with a quick spam? Looks like she is. Oh, just barely missing it. But she might get the just right clicks off. One more. Oh, shit, she just
my
missed it.
God, this is
What they don't see
painful.
is that mid is closing in on the Pudge with the Taxi in the eye, but Lina just not playing. Not getting the nice kill there. Really quite a good game actually. I like this. Very scrappy at the start. Dire is definitely pulling ahead though. Just
Yeah,
because
big network lead still.
Yeah.
Leader
4,000
and Timbersaw.
4,000 doesn't seem like a lot, but it is at the start. Oh, the IO getting picked off there. Pudge realizing instantly that this is a bad idea. Just cancelling that. Anti-Mage working his way towards the Battle Fury. He doesn't have it queued up, but he's just blinking and taking towers. Maxing out Blink first, I like this, rather than maxing out his Q. His Q is really powerful and laying up to level 2, I think. Something like that. Yeah, level 2 it's really powerful, and then after that you kind of want to just be safe.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Not really doing the most efficient jungle farm there.
Oops,
I
gang
need good-
coming up.
Yeah, Timbersaw gonna get
Okay.
ganked, but I don't see this. I don't really see this doing much. Yeah, that Q is just overpowered. It's like, yeah, you got the damage, but now the regen starts kicking in for Timbersaw.
He's not got too many stacks reactive armor.
Yeah, but this is like he just needs to tank it for a little bit, and then the Io's getting hooked, and sorry, the
Oh,
Darkseid
what a
gets hooked and eaten. Io
disaster.
gets blown up. Yeah. They needed the anti-mage there, or they needed someone with a lot
They
of
needed the
oomph.
tiny there for the damage.
Anti-mage would have burned all his mana and at least had a mana void or something like that. Tiny whiffing the stun there. No mana boots on the Warlock yet, still rushing for that Midas. Rushing pretty slowly. Tiny probably going to go down here. Tossing to the anti-mage. Kind of an interesting toss there. At least gets it away from him and anti-mage can blink away. Something that is actually quite cool to see is that Anti-Mage blinks up at the start of the game. Anti-Mage blinks up to one of those ward spots and Tiny tosses him up there. and then that actually gives you a decent advantage to run the IO tri-lane.
Structures.
It works in pubs, but I don't think it's going to work that great. Oh, Tiny just tossing the darks here and there. I think that's maybe intentional. Doesn't have a blink, so yeah. Looks like Darkseid is going to go for a mech. So there won't be a mech on the team of the Dire, and there will be on the Radiant. I think that might actually be able to give them a better team fight. Oh, Lena's stun. Really well done. But a Tiny stun just there as well. And the wall just not doing
nothing.
So no wall vacuum combo, but a vacuum in and then a wall combo. So yeah. That's just further cementing the lead of the Dire time. So we got a little bit of ha 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 report Tiny. It looks like Sweet Beans is essentially just, they may have been giving up this game. Just realizing that this game is probably going to go in the opposite direction, but I feel like they do have the comeback potential with the anti-mage. He has got the Battle Fury queued up now, but he's got treads first, so not going to be able to farm very quickly. Looks like Lena's just going to get the pick off on him. Nope. He might have been able to blink out and dodge that last projectile. But, oh, Pudge getting a nice hook up. Dead Darkseid. Yeah, this is kind of open. Warding. What can we say now? There's no wards on the map. There's a couple mid.
Yeah, from the Radiant, they're not really doing a whole lot there.
Pudge getting a nice hook to prevent the oh, okay, they might actually get the kill off here, and they just don't. Okay, so yeah, anti-mage does just get the kill off on the Warlock. Really nice.
Keeping it on Timber.
Yeah. IO relocating. Intriguing. Yeah, Lena just picking up kills left, right, and center. So that's just Lena.
14 points on the Bloodstone.
Yeah, she's. Oh, you start with 12, I think, or something. You start with quite a few, so she's probably just got that. But regardless, she went for a Yule Scepter first, so it's not rushed. She's just doing really well. Going for Boots of Travel, which I really like, giving her that option to run around the map. Pick off on the Pudge there from the Tiny IO and Anti-Mage. Quite necessary. If this keeps happening where they keep getting a lot of pickoffs, the Dire team will need to watch out. But the Lena getting a nice double stun there on the Tiny Earth Spirit. Sorry, not Earth Spirit, the Spirit Breaker. They probably want to pick off the Lena here, but she's got Deny. She's got Deny access, and it looks like, okay, gonna get a pick off on the, not quite on the Spirit Breaker, and denies, yeah. But I'm expecting Prospect to go down here, but not before he gets here. Bit too greedy there, maybe. You reckon that if they keep doing that, they can come back into it?
Yeah, I mean, what does Dire have to actually push high ground here? Like, Bristleback's okay, I guess, but
Lena's actually
Timber's not great.
No, Timber's useless, but Lena's right up there, dude. With the Bloodstone, Lena can just spam her spells. She's got lots of right click, not to mention wave clear, and if they do come in, Lena has a huge amount of nuke, and then they've got the Warlock to sit back on, who still doesn't have a Midas yet. I feel like
I think Lena will pick up like a Dragon Lance or something to supplement her range to actually push uphill.
Dragon Lance is pretty overpowered on her. Not to mention going for right click items now as well. I kind of expect it to change, and yeah, so she's going for Shadow Blade for a little bit more initiation. I'd really like to see her just go screw this. I'm the carry now. Get like a Daedalus or something after Dragon Lance, Hurricane Pike. Tiny going to get a nice toss combo off on the Timber, and it looks like they might be able to get this kill. Does he have a Bloodstone? He does, so there's 2 Bloodstones, easy denies ever. He can just deny himself, even if he gets into that point where he's really dangerous low, he's gonna deny himself, but he's so tanky right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that raindrop is doing some work. Oh, still Pipe just finished up on Bristleback.
So it looks like he's kind of going for the one counter to them, which is magic damage, maybe? Because their heroes, I feel like they've got the Timber sort of counter physical, and the Pudge is there as well for the disable. But oh my, yeah, Io. Okay, this Bristleback is quite tanky. Oh, Hook just barely missing the Spirit Breaker. Yeah, Io's getting picked off in every single fight. Getting no farm.
Yeah, he had no reason to be at 0 on Bristleback then.
I feel like he did sort of for the relocate, but that's it. Like, once the relocate's over, he needs to actually get out of range. He doesn't need to attack or anything or be in close range. Anti-Mage still not got his Battle Fury. The net worth is just so far in advantage of the Dire side now. It's 15,000 gold. It's very, very heavily. This is turning into quite a bit of a stomp now. That being said, though, if the Radiant manage to pull off a really nice team fight on the high ground defense, oh, Anti-Mage just got picked up.
That blank!
Okay, so he probably
wow,
panicked a bit.
-2.
How's a double kill from the... Oh, and the Spirit Breaker wants the feed as well. Looks like they're finally just going, you know what, let's take some towers and actually push. Lena definitely getting kills, just destroying in this game. Got a really strong net worth lead. That being said, like it is sort of up there. If they do possibly throw this game by just losing a couple of fights, the Dire team will basically lose a huge net worth, and that might give the Radiant the chance to come back in. But yeah, good way to counter that is to go for the Aegis. Yeah. Solar Crest coming out on the Bristleback. This is a pretty strong item. Highest win rate in the game.
Yeah, I just don't see Radiant's damage achieving a whole lot.
Yeah.
Very shortly.
Like there is.
Tiny's got his blink dagger up now. Has he had that a couple of minutes or?
He's had that for maybe a minute or 2 minutes. The majority of the net worth is in the Timbersaw and the Leaner. So if they can maybe disengage that with a split push maybe strat, they could be alright. But oh, the Tiny getting hooked just barely there, and that's you're dead. Right, so that's nice little charge coming in there. Oh, a lovely vacuum wall, but the wall not being down before, which is just a little bit unfortunate. You always want to throw it on the wall first. That does sort of give the hint that you're going there. And the Warlock going to drop his Golem. Is that the first drop that we see? Is that the first rock? I think so.
It's the first one I've noticed, yeah.
But that's kind of one of the things there. They had a decent amount of team fight, and looks like the anti-mages, they're realizing that he needs the split push, but he hasn't had the split push ability because of the Leaner and everyone else running around doing pickoffs.
Speaking of Leaner and anti-mage.
Yeah, okay, that shouldn't really happen. Leaner is so farmed right now. That's just disgustingly high. Okay, anti-mage would literally need to triple his worth to equal Leaner right now. So Leaner is the carry, and definitely in charge of what happens. Looks like Tiny might be going down here. A nice toss back into the pool, and Timbersaw's just not barely going to go down. Tiny just not quite there. Tiny got to get the toss off. He's going to toss accidentally. Yeah, he's going to toss the Darks here. It's a little bit greedy. Only waiting for the timing there. So yeah, I just can take an easy set of Rex, or easily-ish. Lena wasn't even there, she just picking off the anti-mage, while anti-mage tried to split farm. He did get a tier 1 tower, so some amount of recovery there. Anti-mage has found the Warlock, so this should be a quick pick-off for the anti-mage, and the Spirit Breaker. However, there's a main fight going on, so yeah, that's definitely a dead Warlock. And there's a main fight going on here with the Timbersaw just crushing the Tiny, and the IO just gonna feed.
Yeah, I mean it's minor victories, isn't it? But I mean, Warlock's not got his ult for another 70 seconds, so him being dead's not really the end of the world for Dire.
He does have his Midas and he's working towards his Scepter, so that's nice. His Fatal Bonds is really the only thing that Warlock was contributing to most of those fights. Looks like a couple of item drops there, Bloodstone being dropped on the ground. Ooh, Pudge got something. He did manage to get the Anti-Mage, but the Anti-Mage gonna just barely blink out. I think they maybe let him live then. Oof. Popped a salve, it got cancelled by the Lena. Anti-Mage blinking up to the high ground. Lena knows
she
though.
knows.
She knows, but she doesn't have vision because it doesn't grant vision. So he did get stunned, but he didn't get the TP stop. Looks like Timbersaw just really fucking far forward. He's so tanky, and so is the Bristleback. There's not much they can do here. They do pop the shrine and keep themselves alive, but even with tier 4 towers beating down on the Timbersaw, like, you still kill him. He's got the Aegis. They really need to focus the Pudge. Maybe pick up the Pudge. The Timbersaw is not killable at this stage. Oh god, that was brutal.
Radiant's mid tower.
That's not a bad item. Pick up a, basically go for you hurt me, I'll hurt you back blade mail. And they might get to pick it off, and they get the pick off of the Aegis. Oh, it's the little victories, it really is. And there's a full health Timbersaw now. Anti-Mage probably one of the few heroes that can actually contest the Timbersaw, because if he burns all his mana, Timbersaw does become a little bit less useful.
Fun police is here.
The fun ends here, Anti-Mage. Okay, yeah, it looks like Lena's gonna get barely stunned up there, and the Bristleback just get an easy kill. Anti-Mage buys back because that's what it's gonna do. Lena just Shadow Blading. Silence on the Anti-Mage.
How many was that?
Oh, Lena nearly died there. She did! Okay, so Lena did die, but she's back up in 30 seconds, and she didn't even get the 30-second respawn time. If she had, she would have been back already. So, she's gone for 4-second Dragon Slave cooldown. I don't agree with that talent, but then again, whatever. IO just relocating people into the Dire side base, just in the hopes that possibly the Dire side will actually return, or, not come back and kill them. Lena just getting a quick easy kill there. This is essentially game.
Radiant's mid-rags is taking a licking. Radiant's mid-rags didn't make it. Radiant's mid-rags is at a picture.
Timbersaw just getting tossed into the pool, and Lena just going to get a quick pick up on a tiny here. This is quite a bit of a stomp. So it looks like Isis will take this 2-0, and Salt going to be moved down to the lower bracket. Salt will probably play against the winner of the P Squad versus Goon. I will let you guys know if that's on, and if you wanted to cast, yeah, sweet as. Those are probably a little bit closer games. Lena has a Bloodthorn, so she's got that super damage going on. A nice wall coming out there actually from Darks here. Getting a lot of uses. Anti-Mage is there, but he doesn't have the damage to pick off Bristleback. He does eventually go down, but they've lost 2 racks. Oh, okay, there it is. So as soon as Pudge TPs, they're just going to toss him to cancel the TP. There is a dire Observer Ward in the Radiant base. Can they see that? Anyone know?
No, that's not in vision range of anything.
Alright, they can't see that. There's also 2 dire wards there as well. Looks like I'm just going to relocate Anti-Mage to the middle there. Could have maybe picked off the Warlock and then just boosted out of there, but it looks like Anti-Mage just going, nah bro, we can't do that. Although now he's going to come in. Anti-Mage has a Battle Fury and he's looking to buy a Manta at some point.
Maybe next game at this rate.
Yeah, they're going to get a Warlock. It's really the only hero they can kill right now. Spiritbreaker just going to TP out. It dodges the stun nicely, but just, yeah, it dies. Timbersaw has 5 sets of boots, because he does. Lena going to get a nice pick off here on the Anti-Mage.
Boots gaming.
Yeah, yep. I can understand that you have 2 because you need 2 sets of boots, 1 for each foot, obviously. But I think 5. That's probably a little bit crazy. Maybe just going a bit too hard on his character lore there. I always got his boots though, so and an End of Shadow, so he's looking like he's up there now. Tiny trying to do something, but not really getting anything done, just missing the stun there a little bit, and having to run back. That silence will get some damage. Nice mech from the Dark Tier there, keeping them alive for a little longer, but the Timbersaur is just unkillable right now. Holy Jesus. Timbersaur looks like he's going to get a mech. And probably
He's going for Guardian Grooves, yeah.
Yeah. I think that'll secure his unkillable status a bit more. Pudge, we gotta be a little bit careful there. Spirit Breaker going for the kill. Anti-Mage just getting absolutely crushed by the Lina. Yeah, Lina is a powerhouse right now. It's not like she wasn't at any stage of the game, but she's going for that Dragon Lance. And probably going to go for the Hurricane Pike for the easy kill. Are you going to relocate top lane just to pick off that easy tower? Expect to see a dire fortification coming up. Oh, going to get that tier 1 tower. Giving them a tiny bit of gold, but oh, the Timbersaw finally goes down. Ooh, Tiny nearly getting picked up there, but yeah.
There's not really much to say about this as of 5 minutes ago, really.
Yeah, no, just trying to keep it going. This is long over.
There's a Bloodstone on the ground. It's Timbersaur's making room for more boats.
Yeah, it looks like he is actually. Oh, he's picked it up. I guess he thinks that Bloodstone's actually a pretty good item. I'd say it is a good item on Timbersaur actually. You know, pretty decent. Anti-Mage coming in to deal a bit of damage to the enemy heroes. Unfortunately, not being able to do anything else. It looks like he's going for drums pickup instead of the Yasha. I can see the point in that for the split push auras and a few other things here, but nothing really. Looks like the enemy team is just left basically. So good game from the boys on ISIS. Basically, just really strong draft and really well played in the lane. Salt not really being able to pull it through. Kind of a sloppy draft in terms of their actual heroes weren't that bad, but I feel like they executed it a little bit badly. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, they just set themselves up for that. Really, they lost all of the lanes. They had a jungle IO die to creeps. Yeah, I don't know what they were hoping to achieve.
Yeah, they needed to consolidate their strategy if they were going to pick it. I think it was silly to split it and play greedy.
If it had worked, shit, they would have been impressive. But that's like they're winning for an anti-mage and a Tiny. That's pretty greedy as is already. I mean, Tiny is pretty weak in lane. He only gets strong once he hits level 6, and anti-mage, well, needs items. So yeah, I definitely agree 100% with you guys. Darkseer didn't do that badly that game actually.
I don't know. I don't think he got a couple of good walls down, but there was no real damage follow up from anything. Like the Dire just sort of walked through it and kept on going. I don't know. It's one of those heroes. I feel like it needs to be a bit further ahead than what it was then to actually get anything really done.
Right, so I'm going to chat to the other captains and other things like that. I don't foresee a game because we're still waiting for one of the other captains to get back to us. Goon is definitely ready to roll, but I don't think the P squad is, so unfortunately we might not see those games. If we do, are you guys keen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll be around.
That's what I like. I might get Morgan to jump in as well, who was the captain of the last team, just to sort of give a bit of an insight into their picks. Otherwise, yeah, cheers for jumping in, guys. I'm just quickly going to set the stream up to sort of standby mode, and then we'll see if we get the other games, and I'll let you know.